Mwah.
What up, good people? Conditioning for business on the road here at the wonderful Escape Lounge in Minneapolis, St. Paul today. Frozen tundra. Look at all of that snow out here on the ground. So I'm going to check out the spray while I can. Time to get a good meal before the flight. Let's see what we got here. Head tie. Love that. Get back to you guys with the messages. One moment.
We complete our final safety check.
And we're off. Minneapolis, St. Paul International Airport. Wheels up. All right, my good people, what up, what up, what up? Back in the CLT, long flight coming from Minneapolis, St. Paul region, taking care of some things. You know how it goes, business is always on the brain. Conditioning for business. Said it in a few other videos. Not certain exactly which volume it is, but it's probably 41. In any event, I wanted to nail down a couple of things while I'm going to get my car. Just got off the shuttle, walking through the sea of parking, daily parking that they make you use when you come out here. And so I want to cover a couple of things while I'm walking to get to the car. It's cold. Mainly, when a client comes to you and basically displays the ability to bring a viable project to the table, a viable type of a transaction or a really sustainable type of operation, and they're asking you to be a part of it, they're asking you to participate, to fund it, or whatever type of situation that they want you to participate in it with a client. Basically, you want to take advantage of those types of opportunities. Too many people out there work with clients, they work with entities, and some of these entities are not ready to have the particular type of discussions and interactions with you that some of the other entities may. And so you're going to find yourself more often than not dealing with a lot of entities that are not ready, and you will travel around the world sometimes, and hopefully not in your own situation. You go to different regions of the world trying to work with people. You want to make sure your clients have everything ready to go, above board, ready to rock and roll. You can get a lot of things accomplished, a lot of business done, once people are ready, willing, and able to show you who they really are, and they've basically exercised a level of trust with you that they have not shown in the past. They're ready to invest capital into your organization, pay you to do certain jobs for them. And this is where the strength in your abilities comes in and shines through. So that's why they then become your client, is because they believe in you. They believe in your ability to help them get to the next level. And that's what it should be about. It should always be your ability to help your client get to the next level. If it's not about that, you're probably dealing with the wrong people. You probably have the wrong clientele, okay? You want to select your clientele based upon their ability to recognize your strengths and weaknesses as a provider of a service or provider of a specific transaction. So once you've displayed the ability to offer them something that they can't necessarily obtain from someone else, that is when you want to show your worth, show your value, okay? These are things that are very, very near and dear and key to the success of your enterprise, okay? So I often tell my clients all the time, ingratiate yourselves with the people who stick their necks out to hire you, because without them, you would have no business, and vice versa. You need each other to survive, okay? So all of you guys, you have to come together. You have to show each other that the value is there. Value is to be displayed on both sides, not just your side, but it's to be displayed on the client side as well. Once the client shows you that they are RWA, or ready, willing, and able, so we like to call it, these are the people that you want to get serious about. They'll fly you to their city, they'll fly you to their business, they will show you their operations. And once a client does that, this is exactly what you want. You want to deal with people who will show you their hand, okay? If a client is not showing you their hand, probably don't want to take that client seriously, okay? And I apologize for the darkness, but it's about 8:30, 9:30 at night here, so it's a little dark. But anyway, the message still stands. You can still hear me. The fact of the matter is, once you have traveled to a certain client, either on their dime or yours, that tells you if you're traveling on your dime, you better know for a fact you got a good client. But if they are agreeing to foot the bill, put you on a plane, fly you somewhere, put you up in a very, very nice living quarter establishment, either a nice hotel or either a Airbnb of some sort, whatever floats your boat, you know for a fact then you have a client that is serious about engaging with you. So I think what you have to do is really learn to differentiate between the two clients, differentiate between some of the entities that will not go above board to bring you in to help them, And then you have the looky-loos, okay? You have to look out for those types of clients because they'll just waste all your time getting you to unload a bunch of your services and skill sets and, the things that you're good at, your attributes or whatever have you, your talents. But then they'll expect all of these wonderful things from you, but they give nothing in return. I always tell my clients, in order for me to help you, you have to help me to help you. You have to give me something to give you back more. If you give me nothing, then I can't give you anything. And they understand that. And it should be that way from the onset. So when you actually talk to these people, make certain that they understand they're dealing with the scenario, they're dealing with the person who understands business as a whole, okay? If you're dealing with the client that understands business as a whole, you're going to be fine, okay? You don't want to waste your time talking to people who don't understand who don't get you, okay? They need to get you first as a client or as a provider. They need to understand your strengths, like I said before, and if they understand your strengths, you can then understand their weaknesses, okay? Wherever you're strong, they're probably going to be weak. That's why they hire you in the first place, okay? It makes sense? So whenever you have a client out there that's lacking in an area, they've probably identified a strength in you, which means that they agree that they lack something and you could probably provide something to them that they don't have readily available or within their bag of tricks. This is exactly why certain clientele will go out and get certain types of consultants and things like that. So be very keen to observe and identify these levels of interest from clients or potential clients that may court you or approach you for service-oriented business, things of that magnitude, things of that sort. And also with the product level business, if you're selling products, you want to be able to sell a product that they don't have access to or they don't have access to at a certain price point, or there are many different parameters that can go along with why a client will choose you, okay? So be very, very careful with selection of the people that you work with. I'll say it again, I've said a million times, all money is not good money or all money ain't good money, okay? Just because it's green doesn't mean you should put it in your pocket, okay? Sometimes it comes with a lifeline. I've had clients way in the past, dozen years ago or so, they'll compensate you for something, but then they try to add extra services to it on their side, expecting you to do more than they paid you for. You have to watch out for these kinds of people. They're out there, man. And they really, really, really circumnavigate the globe, and they will stick their hand in every pocket that you have, your under pocket, your inside pocket, your back pocket, your front pocket. And they probably only gave you enough to put in one pocket. And I always tell my clients, if you're going to put your hands in all of my pocket, make sure you put money in all of them first. So I'll know, you have a right to be putting your hands in there. Otherwise, put your funds in one pocket, nothing in the other 7 or 8 pockets I may have on me, then why are you reaching in those pockets? It has nothing to do with you. You put money in one pocket, you get one service. That's how it works, okay? One product, one service, one payment. If they choose to go into all these other areas of needing this and that, it's because you weren't thorough. You must be thorough with the entities that you actually contract with, and the contract must specify all the terms and conditions that you will operate within. If it goes outside of that, that means they breach or you're just weak in terms of standing on your contract. Always stand on what you have in writing, because anything else they can't use against you. If it's just verbal, to a degree, verbal can get you too. Make sure you operate within the confines of a written agreement that you will offer your client. If you do that, you stand on those principles and rest on those laurels alone, you'll be fine, okay? So don't go out and try to overdo it. Don't do more than you're supposed to do. Offer a service, put it in writing, sell that particular offering. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Then move on to the next transaction with that same client or a new transaction with a new client. There's no need to go into all the shortfalls and the past of what they've been through with all these other people who didn't perform, and I can't pay this, I can't pay that because that guy robbed me or that guy did me wrong and didn't pay or didn't provide the service I paid for. We'll always sympathize with you, but at the end of the day, sympathy doesn't pay the bills. You can't call up the power company at the end of the month and say, well, I had a client that got robbed or taken on his last deal and he didn't want to pay me, so now I can't pay you. They're going to say, well, you know what? Turn your lights on in about an hour and we'll see if they work. Chances are they won't. The gas station won't take that when you want to purchase gas. The grocery store won't accept that story if you're trying to buy food. So, people just need to, and this is aside from all of my followers out there that listen to what I have to say, I'm talking to the people out there, the clients out there that go out and engage with people who do them wrong. You need to do more due diligence and be more thorough with who you trust who you entrust with your capital. Okay, if you hire a particular individual and they're not who they say they are, and they end up taking more from you than they're giving you in service for what you provided in value payment, then you have another problem. You need to really, really understand who you're dealing with. Make them give you a really, really good sit down tabletop meeting and go through the terms of what they're going to offer you, and then make sure they have the resources and the skill sets to back that up, that service or that offer they're trying to sell you. Okay, so this is for you clients out there that are looking for really good servicemen, really good providers of services and products. You have to do your due diligence to make sure you're not getting taken, because when you run into guys like me, we're expecting a certain type of payment for a certain type of service. I don't want to hear the past stories. Matter of fact, I tell everyone, when at the airport, I don't handle bags. Okay, I'm not a baggage carrier. I'm not a bellhop. Okay, if you want that, go check into the nicest hotel you can find. Hand them off your bags. They'll take all your bags for you. The airport guys, they'll put all the bags on the bottom of the plane for you. Okay, but I'm not any of those guys. I am a service provider. So in my particular situation, I do not accept those types of quarrels and things like that, because frankly, it has nothing to do with me. And I sympathize with my people. I tell them how to avoid scenarios like that. But at the end of the day, if you're asking me for a service, then I expect to ask you for a payment. It's just the way it works. You know, business in, business out, payment in, payment out. That's how it works. Okay? So that's all I want to share with my good people this evening. It's Conditioning for Business, probably volume 41, but I'm not going to label the volumes any longer. I'm just putting out too much content to keep track of the number. Okay? So I thank you guys for listening. Like, share, subscribe to this video. Please share it with someone that can use it. Okay? We thank you very much for listening. Have a good evening. Peace.
Trick-or-treating and whatnot. I know, I was a kid.
And the number one answer,
Also, you already got the point.
Pick apples? Really?
1200 BC with their own.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go. A Halloween specific question. We're gonna ask Bam Bam. Bam Bam, what should you not give out to kids on Halloween?
Candy.
Bam Bam says candy. What do you think?
You should not give
Even though it's not gonna, you should come on.